Good morning, guys. Today I have my little helper here, Mr. Felix, and we are going to do some cooking today. Today we are going to be making some pureed baby foods because we are starting to get Felix used to eating. So this is basically stage 1 of weaning. So that's for the age... Whoa! That's okay. We clean you up. So I love cooking and it's really fun to have my little helper here. Like honestly, I've been dying for this to happen. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna start doing some purees today and we're focusing on easy foods that he'll be able to digest as his little stomach gets used to eating. So we've decided to start weaning Felix. He is 5 months old now. And we decided that it was the right time for him to start because he's really grabbing for food that we're eating. He's very curious as to what's in our bowl. So this is day 4 for Felix. We've been giving him a small amount of whole grain rice, what do you call it, rice porridge, I guess. We just do that with breast milk and he's probably only having all up maybe a tablespoon of it. I haven't supplemented a meal or anything. What we've been doing is usually at around 9 o'clock in the morning he has a feed, so we still have that normal milk feed. However, before he gets too full, I'll stop it, so like say halfway, give him a bit of the rice porridge. It's very watery, which is what stage 1 is, and he eats some of it, he plays with it, he's curious, he's more interested in the spoon, which is fine. It is a lot of fun. We let him get very messy in it. We really make it a positive experience for him. And yeah, and this is day 4. He had a little bit. We've tried a bit of banana as well in one of those mesh pouches they can chew on and only small bits come out. And he loves banana, obviously. It's so sweet. Who doesn't love banana? Yeah, you just had banana. So yeah, so basically today I'm going to take you through my preparation, my ingredients, and just see how it goes. And we're going to have fun with it, aren't we? We're going to have fun. Yes. Okay, so I've just popped Felix down in his little bouncer. It's really cute. I'll show you guys. Hey, Baba. Here's Felix in his little bouncer. Is that so fun? Oh, look at you go. Look at his little feet. Hi. Are you helping me cook today? Yes. Oh. Bounce. Well, isn't that so fun, huh? Look at his little legs. Gonna jump? It's so cute. Yeah. We are starting with root vegetables and a couple pieces of fruit. Oh, you're talking to me. You're so cute. Yeah. For our root vegetables, we're doing pumpkin, although I would also lump that in the fruit category because it's so sweet. Our sweet potato and our carrots. The reason why I've gone for those 3 vegetable options today is because of their vitamins and minerals that they contain. For example, all 3 of them contain beta-carotene, vitamin A, which is going to support their immune system, their skin, eye health, and vision as well. It also is high in vitamin C and vitamin B complex. So the fruits that I've gone for today are a couple of green pears and pink lady apples. The reason why I've gone for eating apples and not cooking apples, say like a Granny Smith's or a green apple, is because that these will be a little bit sweeter and not as tart as a green apple when cooking, and I feel like a tartness will just not be very appealing to a baby. So there are plenty of other options that you can do with root vegetables to start them off. So that's like parsnips and potatoes. You can also start them on green beans and peas as well. I know there's a different food option for some greens. Oh, that's so exciting. He's just bouncing. I'm sure you can hear it all. For first fruits, you can also throw in some avocado as well. You can do mangoes, peaches, nectarines, prunes, plums, all those sort of things. They're easy for them to digest. I've just gone for 2 and 3 vegetables just to get us started. This is our first venture into starting solids, so I just wanted to keep the batch quite small and then expand. In terms of a rice porridge, I've gone for the Holly organic rice porridge. I think it is a German brand. Yep, so it just looks like this. The reason why I've gone for it is because it is a whole grain, and the ingredient list was just one ingredient basically. And that is, I'll read it for you right now. So whole grain rice flour and thiamine, which is a vitamin B. But that is required by the EU, so I guess that is the German. It's German, they're part of the EU, so they need that. There were a number of other brands available in my local supermarket. However, if you are going to pick up a rice cereal or a porridge or any sort to start your baby on, I'd really recommend that you look at the ingredient list and make sure that it is very minimal. For example, not naming names, there are brands out there that have maize thickeners, there's additives and preservatives and all those sort of things. Your baby hasn't eaten anything before in their life apart from breast milk or formula. Why would you give them preservatives or additives? I don't think you would. We really don't want to eat it, so I'm not going to give that to him, which is why I went to this brand. Alternatively, what you can do is simply use your rice that you have at home or your oats and mill it into a very fine powder, which is basically what this is. It's just finely milled. And then you can add it to your breast milk or formula or anything that you choose to do. Obviously not cow's milk, it's not suitable until after the first 12 months of their life. But that's that. In addition to a rice cereal, what you can use is oats or barley as well. Okay, so when I am cooking today, the other ingredient that I'll be including is breast milk. So I will be making his puree quite runny, which is basically what stage 1 of weaning is. That's between 4 and 6 months. After 6 months, the purees can be a lot thicker, much more chunkier as they get used to eating, and their reflex of isn't as strong, so they're not going to always be pushing food out as well. So I know another alternative is some people choose to completely skip purees, stage 1, stage 2 of weaning, and go directly to doing baby-led weaning at around 6 months. That will probably be something we do eventually with Felix. However, to each their own, and I really do recommend that you do what you're comfortable with. And if that is baby-led weaning, where they're holding the actual vegetable and it's not a puree and they're able to chew on it and get used to the texture and the sensation, then that's great. I do want to do that eventually, but I think I'm just going to do what I feel comfortable with and what I think Felix will be happy doing. And I do want to make this experience very positive. I don't want to be stressed out about doing it. I don't want him to be stressed. When I have been feeding him, I don't put bibs on him. I let him get very, very messy. And it's fun. It's been an enjoyable experience. So I hope with making these new little foods for him, he'll be even more happier to give it a go. So I would definitely recommend steaming rather than boiling, because when you boil your vegetables, a lot of the nutrients will just seep into the water and you're going to throw that water out. However, if you do choose to boil your vegetables, if you do choose to boil your vegetables and you are making a puree, maybe it's a good idea to, scoop a little bit of that water into your puree just to make it a bit more fine, and you're adding back in the nutrients that have come out. Today we are steaming, so we have our large pot just over there with the steamer sitting in top of it. Which the other thing that I do recommend is either a blender or a mixer or anything. I'm just going to use a stick blender. Obviously you're going to need somewhere to store it all. So I've got 3 options and I'm testing out what I like the best. Because he is only eating such a small amount and breast milk is still his main meal of the day and night and all of that, I've got some little pots here. These are the Explorer on the go little pots, individual pots. The other thing I've got is by Heinz Baby. It's just an ice cube sort of looking tray. Both of them you can freeze and then just push out the food because the bottoms of them are soft. The other thing that I'm going to be using, if whether today, if I make enough food, which I will, is these little, these are just, I'll show you what they are with the lid. So these are just breast milk storage pots. They're by Felix Advent. I'll bring it up. Yeah, so they're by Felix Advent. You can store your breast milk in here and freeze it. Alternatively, you can also store, your baby's food in them and do exactly the same thing and store them. It comes in a pack of 10. I really like them. I have been using them with his rice cereal and they work fine. I really like them. So that's another option. Just go along with whatever suits you. They're the three that I want to give a go of. Oh, is it so fun? Hello! Wow, that's awesome. Looks so fun. I've just chopped up the vegetables. This is what I'm going to start with. Then when I've pureed, steamed all them, I'll start on the fruit. Now, my thinking is that I've left the skin of the, yes, I've left the skin of the pumpkin on because I imagine it going quite, being difficult to pick up if I didn't leave the skin on once it is steamed. I've chopped everything, so my carrots and my sweet potatoes are ready to go. I'm going to steam these individually and not together because I intend to puree them and package individually. I'm not mixing flavors or mixing fruits and vegetables together or anything like that. He's purely just going to be having sweet potato on its own, carrots and pumpkin as well, same with the fruit. So I haven't really done much there. So I think what I'm going to start with is the carrots and then just work my way through and then peel and chop these when I'm ready to go. So I'll just take that off. It's steaming. I'll start with the carrots. Yes, buddy. Ooh, you've got music going now. So leave the lid on. Okay, so the lid's on, they're steaming away. I do think each of these will take anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, purely because I've left them quite large. If you wanted it to cook quicker, obviously cut them a lot smaller. Oh, let's look at this cute guy. Don't eat that one. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to keep working on my steaming, and then when I'm ready to puree, I will show you guys. So our vegetables and our fruits have finished steaming. The next step is to slowly incorporate some breast milk into all of the vegetables and fruits. In the fruits, I'm going to also add some rice porridge, which I spoke about before, just to make it a little bit thicker and add some volume to the fruit, so it's not just fruit because it is quite sweet. So the next thing I'm going to do is then puree it all. So ready to go. This one? Oh, what do you think? We don't know? Bye-bye. Tasty. So we've finished pureeing everything. We've got our pumpkin, our carrot, sweet potato, our apple and our pear. Now all I'm going to do is store it in these little containers so I can freeze them. In the smaller ones I'm going to pop in the fruit, and then the larger ones I'll put in the veggies, and we'll go from there, and everything will be labeled. Cooked Felix's very first foods. I did let him try the pear and he loved it, so that's so cute and exciting. So what I'm going to do with these now is just pop them in the freezer and then pull them out once a day when he will be using them. I really like these little tubs that you can just freeze and pop them out like little ice cubes. I think they're really handy. What I'll do is I'll link everything that is here, as well as this warmer that I have. It's by Felix Advent warmer, and I'll link that below, because you just stick these little pods into the warmer and it heats them up. Same with the bottles and all that. It's really, really useful. I really like it. I think it was such a great buy. So I'll link that for you guys down below, as well as the names of different things that I've been using, as well as the rice porridge cereal that I use. I did incorporate this into the 2 fruits, but we'll see how it goes. He will have this for breakfast, and then eventually I'll start to incorporate like more than 1 meal a day as he like progresses, because he is only 5 months. Breast milk is still his main meal of the day. But this was really fun to do, and I'm definitely glad that he likes them. So that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. It was fun to make. I really had a good time doing this, and I'm so excited to get my little man onto eating his first foods. Bye, guys.